Alright folks, that's a sample of a song. This is called Danny Brown Handstand lyrics. No, these are the lyrics I'm looking at now. This is hits at some point in time. Essentially it's about a man devouring a female sexually. And I wouldn't say a man, single man. I would say there's a kind of mythical, there's a kind of expansive, symbolic, what's it called? Genetic memory kind of thing going on. There's all kinds of, it's bestial. It's very core, deep down level. It talks about piranhas and I think there's worms in here too. There aren't worms, but rolling balls, work it. You can mix the word. You can mix the words together, and it becomes like worms. Just the word twerk, twerk. There's that kind of slithering quality. So I mean, this is a song you would listen to, perhaps, I presume, on the dance floor. But we're not in the dance floor, so why am I listening to it? I'll tell you why. I'm listening to it so I can tell you why I'm listening to it. So I could tell you why I'm listening to it. So I could tell you why I'm listening to it. So I could tell you why I'm listening to it. So I could tell you why I'm telling you I've listened to it. There's other things in here too. There's something about money. I don't like that aspect because money, dollar bills, coins. This is a social construct. This is not an animalistic. It ruins the imagery that the whole kind of organic processes that are being built up. And so I don't like it when they mention money. Handstand, okay, I like that word. It's a little bit more developed, but it's still at its core an acrobatic word. So it fits in, with the whole kind of motif, themology, symbology of the physicality. Pop that pussy, though. I don't like that line, particularly because a pussy is not something you pop. I can't understand whoever came up with this concept of A, popping a cherry, or like in here, B, popping a pussy. They're not inflatable objects that, when pierced, expel air in a violent manner. I would say it's the reverse. Pussies do not pop. They pop in reverse. They slurp. They slurp. If you've ever stuck your penis in a pussy, you would know that they don't. They slurp. Popping in reverse. So I mean, in that regards, I don't think Danny Brown adequately captured the experience of sticking a penis inside of a pussy. Still, it's got that kind of wordage going where everything, spazzes out on you. And I know when people like to spazz out on the dance floor, so it makes sense. It makes sense, in other words, when you hear it. But if you think about it, it falls apart. So this is not a thinking. This is a feeling song. It's not a thinking song. If you think about it, it's ruined. I don't recommend you go in and try to enjoy something wanting it to be ruined, because that just it's like implosive. You don't want to implode an experience before it happens. You don't want to make your aim in life to shit on yourself. That's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Some other things, see, like I said before about bestiality, they mention feel that monkey, I go orangutan, you ain't met a nigga like this before. See, the orangutan, that's very bestial. And there's something about eating a cat, and piranhas I mentioned earlier. I don't understand why you'd want to eat pajamas. Your mouth would go all cottony. I mean, that's not you're trying to enjoy it. That would be like the worst thing to have happen to you while you're trying to enjoy the company of a woman. You eat her clothes instead of eating her flesh. It's like sour cotton candy. Hands on the floor, feet on the wall. Last words. What about those words? Hands on the floor. Get your hands on the floor. That's a cop thing. That's what cops tell you. So there's definitely kind of like a power play going on here, man vis-a-vis woman. But that makes sense because, like I mentioned before, that kind of genetic memory. At our core, men are above women. Don't get me wrong. Don't say I'm trying to decry female lib. I think it's a great experiment. It's a great adventure. I think women should try their hardest to beat men. You know, because we like a challenge. You know, we can't be racing our own 2 feet all day. Not getting anywhere. So we like to come up against things. So I would love to see like a lady version of this. And I bet they could do something a little bit better than popping the pussy. There's all kinds of crazy, and I would love to hear what a woman would think about things to do to a man's dick. It would probably seem like a horror movie, but you know, hey, it's October, Halloween time. So final words about this song. He's got some. It's a lot of blip blop noises. Don't get me wrong. That's the kind of music that follows behind these words. It's usually blip blop noises. It's very synthesized and. It's almost like a march. It's just do 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 do. That's what dance music has to be, though. Someone kind of faulted for that. And if I were moralistic, I would have a lot to find fault with in this song. I mean, you wouldn't want your kids to hear this. I mean, I don't know why. Honestly, you wouldn't want your kids to hear this. I just know that deep inside me, when I make kids, I'm gonna try and hide this kind of music. I'm gonna try and hide all my pornography too, because I don't want them to see that. Until I'm gone, then they can. They can look at. My kids can look at my kids can look at pornography over my dead corpse. So here you go, Danny Brown's Handstand. You get a Jabba score, music score 4.20 out of 5.00.